Okay, so you're sitting down. You got your drink, your snacks, and you're ready to watch a bunch of commercials. No? Just me? Whatever. Sunday's game was one of the biggest games of the year. Last year, there were 148 million people watching. And with the average cost of a 30-second ad spot rounding out to almost $6 million, we're going to see some cutting-edge marketing campaigns here. So what was this year's biggest trend?
Nostalgia marketing. That's right, companies are marketing towards people like this guy. And the big game was this trend's kickoff. Don't believe us? We're going to break down some of the more popular ads and show you exactly what they were doing here. If you're a small to mid-sized business trying to navigate how to market in 2021, you're going to want to watch this, because it's exactly what you should be doing on a micro level.
Welcome to MBS TV, your soon-to-be go-to marketing team in the northern New Jersey area. Let's get started. So, nostalgia marketing has been around for years. As a kid, you may remember those replica jukebox iPod docks, or more recently, the return of retro mini consoles. Even car manufacturers like Ford with their Ford GT line, harkening back to the good old days. This is something marketing firms have used to, ironically, reinvent or rejuvenate a brand or capture a new audience. Just look at what Burger King did with their new logo and brand reveal. It's all about spending power. As smart marketers, you want to market to the people who spend. And for the most part, that's the 24 to 45 age range, which just so happens to be the people born in the 80s and mid-90s. So when you see this, your dopamine levels skyrocket. And that's not by coincidence. A 2019 article by Marketing Land showcases how dopamine directly affects your spending habits. So without having a direct call to action, Cheetos, for example, is making you want their snacks because you're starting to feel nostalgic.
And since we're on the subject, let's begin with Cheetos. That 70s show couple, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, teamed up for a hilarious Cheetos commercial this year. The ad spot for Cheetos' new Cheetos Crunch Pop Mix featured Shaggy in his 2000s hit, It Wasn't Me. This is another instance of showcasing the trend of nostalgia marketing and using older songs, symbols, and trends to cater to different generations, and in this case, the millennial generation. And if that wasn't enough, we'll just turn to the queen of country herself. Squarespace teamed up with American icon Dolly Parton to rewrite and re-record her 1980s iconic hit 9 to 5 as 5 to 9. This commercial focused on celebrating the entrepreneurs who are trying to turn their after-work side hustles and passion projects into their own businesses. The song is the perfect choice to hit on the 80s nostalgia and cater to the new generation of entrepreneurs. The keyword here is hustle. Most, if not all, millennials know that word and have a love/hate relationship with it. But Squarespace understands that, and as a website firm, this is actually pretty spot on for the brand.
Taking it in a different direction, Sam Adams decided to go the mid-80s brand wars route and kind of made fun of the old Budweiser commercials, which heavily showcased Clydesdale horses. It's kind of like the Cola Wars if you remember that. You realize I'm the senior in this group, right? I'm probably the only one with a 1, 9, and 8 in his birthday. This one is interesting because Sam Adams is utilizing nostalgia marketing from another brand to showcase its brand. Playing dirty, Mr. Adams. Playing dirty. We'll talk about Budweiser later on, but what Sam Adams did here was pretty ingenious. They don't really have nostalgia, so they hitched a ride off the back of another beer brand to hopefully convert Bud drinkers to Adams drinkers. Kind of topping that, TurboTax did a full-on, what I can only say is an homage to the 1988 Crystal Light National Aerobics Championship opening video, which, if you haven't watched yet, treat yourself and check that out. TurboTax played a dual role here. 1, nostalgia for the late 80s, and 2, meme marketing, which we'll talk about in another video. The video this is playing off of has seen millions of views because of Reddit posts, Twitter shares, and countless GIFs. It also just so happens that tax season is right around the corner, so yeah, if TurboTax was gonna make a play, this was the time. But that doesn't even come close to what Uber Eats just pulled off. Bringing back Mike Myers and Dana Carvey in their legendary roles, they hit their SNL roots perfectly. They broke the fourth wall with their Eat Local push, even having the legendary Cardi B as a special guest. Wait, Who's Cardi B? I honestly have no idea. But what they're doing is making you feel nostalgic for your youth, which makes you feel good, and in part makes you feel good about this brand, which is something Uber Eats really needs right now because there's a lot of bad press for these food delivery services lately. This is kind of Uber Eats' weapon against that. Grubhub, where you at? Call us. We'll do your marketing.
Speaking of food delivery, Pizza Hut immediately grabs the viewer's attention through nostalgia marketing in their opening shot, bringing you back to the days of playing Pac-Man and grabbing a slice with the family in the dark wood-filled restaurant. The whole commercial has famous actor Craig Robinson playing Pac-Man while not only reminiscing on how much he used to play it back in 1982, but also relating it to Pizza Hut. Through this way of marketing, we see Pizza Hut giving audience members who once related to Pac-Man now relating to Pizza Hut. It's a strategic way to draw the viewer's attention and have them relate to their brand without even realizing. It also is a great way to make you crave their pizza too, with that close-up shot of that delicious pizza. When's the last time I even had Pizza Hut? Not sure, but now I need it.
How can I take your order?
Next, we go through a sped-up version of an all-time classic movie, dating back to 1990, Edward Scissorhands, or should I say Edgar. We're taken through almost exact scenes of the life of Edward Scissorhands, but in a more of a modern-day setting. As you watch it, you feel as if you are right back in the 1990s, cuddled up on the couch with your family watching the movie. We don't realize which brand this commercial is even for until the end, where Edgar finds his happiness and his place in a hands-free, all-electric Cadillac. No pun intended. I won't lie, it made me want to watch the movie, and buy a Cadillac. But the movie seems like a cheaper route. For right now, anyway.
Pete's here.
From one movie star to actors starring in countless movies, Will Ferrell teams up with Kenan Thompson to showcase General Motors' new EV initiatives. Now, both stars are of the 90s. Thompson is one of those characters most people grew up with through shows on Nickelodeon, including All That and Kenan and Kel. Most recently, Thompson is the lead character on Saturday Night Live, so his reach is quite broad. Not only are younger millennials more interested in electronics and environmental initiatives, but these are also the actors they grew up with. We totally see a movement where brands are going to collaborate with these actors to target this generation. And on a smaller and even local level, this could be TikTok stars, YouTubers, and esports personalities or Instagram influencers for your own business. And speaking of iconic figures, Budweiser showed off their Bud Light Legend ad, which showcased mascots throughout the years. From the knight to the caveman. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you remember these mascots. Subliminally, this tells viewers Bud has always been around. It's a part of your memory, your history, your crazy night in college, your nostalgia. Anheuser-Busch utilized years of marketing research and mascot design, and this won a cumulative experience to reach multiple generations. And I bet you didn't even realize when you cracked a smile and thought to yourself, I remember this.
So, if you stayed to the end of this video, you can kind of see how nostalgia marketing is pretty effective to some of the most important people of 2021. The 80s and 90s kids who have grown up, have families, and have disposable income.
If you're a business who needs to get their marketing out there, and let's face it, 2020 was just over a month ago, so we're guessing you really need to market yourself, nostalgia marketing towards people of the 80s and 90s is your best bet.
And we just so happen to be a marketing firm who can write, post, manage, develop, and design your marketing campaigns. Plus, we have someone from that generation who actually gets these references. Contact us today and let's kickstart your marketing right now.
So let us know in the comments what you think about nostalgia marketing and if you think this is going to be a major trend in 2021. If you want to see every video we talked about in full, check out the link below or head over to metrombs.com/blog to see them all. Like this video if you agree, and don't forget to follow us for more videos about marketing and design in the near future. Until next time, we'll see you later.